everybody, it's Terry here. How are you doing today? So what I have for you today is a new series. It is called Did You Know That? And what it is kind of like a research series about stamps. So a little while ago I picked out a stamp from this container here, and it has lots of stamps in them that I ordered online from a store on Etsy. So what I did was I randomly picked a stamp from this little container, and then I did research on it. And so the stamp that I picked out is of Joseph Elezar Bernier, and I had no idea who he was. It's a Canadian stamp, so I knew he had to be Canadian, but I had never heard of him, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't know who he was. So I thought, oh, this is going to be really interesting to learn about the first stamp that I have. So I'll just get into it. So I have it all on here, and I'll read it to you, and hopefully it won't get boring. I'm sorry if it does, but I find it very interesting to learn about people. Not even just people. I love to learn. I wish I had this desire to learn when I was in school. But anyway, I just love learning about how other people lived or what societies did. Just different, history. I love history. So anyway, I'll get started. So his name is Joseph Elezar Bernier. Was born in 1852 and he died in 1934. And there have been a few books written about him. Bernier's name was on a Canadian icebreaker, and in 1977 a commemorative stamp was produced with his picture and a picture of his ship. And he was born in Quebec in January 1st, 1852, and his father and grandfather were seafarers. During his career he commanded over 100 ships and crossed the Atlantic nearly 270 times. At 17 he became captain of his own ship and commanded sailing ships for the next 25 years. In 1887 he became a harbor master at Lausanne. In 1895 he accepted a post as governor of the Quebec jail. So I don't know if there's only one jail at that time in Quebec, or maybe it was Quebec City, I don't know. But it said the Quebec jail. While doing this job, he studied and planned a journey to become the first man to the North Pole. He devised a plan for reaching the North Pole, a feat not yet accomplished. From 1904 to 1911, he explored the Arctic archipelago on annual voyages and officially claimed the islands for Canada. He established Royal Canadian Mounted Police posts in the Canadian North, and during World War I he commanded a ship that transported mail along the eastern coast and carried goods in convoys across the Atlantic. He began a campaign to raise public awareness of the Arctic and urged the organization of a Canadian polar expedition. In 1904, Wilfrid Laurier, the 7th Prime Minister of Canada, voted to give Bernier funds and instructed him to find a ship. He was 53 years old when he made first voyage. And the ship that he picked was called the Goss, a German vessel that had been fitted for an Arctic expedition. It was renamed the Arctic. It was to become one of the most significant vessels in Canadian history. He was a born leader. He was bilingual. He was charismatic, and many men repeatedly wanted to serve under him. At the age of 74, he made his last of 10 voyages. Historian Michael Byers noted that Bernier placed a plaque on Melville Island in 1909, claiming Canadian sovereignty over not only the Arctic archipelago, but a wedge of the Arctic Ocean all the way up to the North Pole. He died of a heart attack at the age of 82. And there is a statue of Bernier in Quebec. In season 9 of Murdoch Mysteries, he makes an appearance. Murdoch Mysteries is a Canadian show. It's been on for, 12 or 13 years. It's pretty popular. I'll just say a little bit about Arctic Archipelago. So the territories of Nunavut and Northwest Territories are included in the Arctic Archipelago. And some of the islands include Baffin Island, Victoria Island, and Elezear Island. So that is it on Joseph Bernier. I hope you enjoy that. I hope you like learning about the stamps that we use. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed finding out about him. I kind of think that a lot of stamp people are history people too. So what I'm going to do, where did I put that little container? Oh, here it is. So I'm going to pick another stamp out of here and go from there. And we'll do it right now. And I'm going to close my eyes and pick a stamp. And here we go. Now this one is of Queen Elizabeth, and it's the Golden Jubilee. So I don't know, I'm sure there must be a little bit of history towards this, but we'll see. So it might be a shorter episode next time. But I do have an announcement, sort of. If you're not a regular viewer of today's snail mail, I have a giveaway happening. It's open to anybody, no matter where you live. The prize will be 1 or 2, maybe more postcards. It'll be some stamps and something else that might have to do with snail mail. Or the way to get into the draw is by going to that video, which is the one before this one. It's got a blue thumbnail. You won't miss it. You just go to that video and you answer a question. And everyone that answers that question is going to be put in the bowl or whatever I use to draw a winner. If you haven't been here before and you like what I'm doing, please leave a comment or give me a thumbs up and subscribe. You don't have to be a subscriber, but I would really love you to be a subscriber to be part of my YouTube family. So anyway, my friends, thank you for stopping by. I hope you learned a little bit about some of our Canadian history, because I surely did. And I will talk to you later. Bye now.